Hey Dr. Shields, this is Lauren O'Brien, and today I'll be delivering my final presentation for class on summer camps and how camps are an ideal solution to reducing opportunity gaps in education. Our agenda for the day: first I'll talk about housing segregation, the historical context, and then get into how housing segregation created opportunity gaps in education. I will then talk about the potential education reforms that we've discussed in class, but get into how summer camps, using benefits and proven research of camps, how they're actually a really great solution to reducing inequities in education and promoting student development during the summer. Lastly, we'll talk about financial inclusions and scholarships to show how camps are making really important efforts to make camps financially accessible to kids who usually wouldn't be able to attend them. So first, housing segregation, context and implications. Housing segregation has existed in the U.S. basically since the end of slavery, and it still exists informally today. These maps are of Richmond, but they reflect the larger trend that historically African Americans were barred from white neighborhoods, they were forced to live in pretty urban areas, and they didn't have adequate access to public resources, to education, and they didn't have access to economic mobility. They were subordinated and basically just cut off from the rest of the world, which created a lot of opportunity gaps for kids. Kids who didn't have access to good neighborhood schools, as these maps demonstrate, first of all, have low reading levels. They also don't get to take as many AP classes, whether that be because their neighborhood schools don't even offer them in the first place or because their teachers don't encourage them to do that. The point of this is that how housing segregation and limiting African American students in schools has created legitimate opportunity gaps and different outcomes for students, whether or not you're white or black. The important thing here is that black students are disproportionately harmed by the implications of housing segregation, and this is all the state is current. So it's not something from the past, it's very much with us in the present. And that makes it really important for education reforms to come into play and improve and reduce the inequities in public education. So these are all examples of education reforms we've talked about in class, whether it be integrating housing, integrating arts curriculums, restorative justice in schools, implementing trauma-informed teaching models, offering school choice to families, and diversifying the teacher population. While these education reforms are all really great ideas with proven success, they take a long time to come to fruition, sometimes years, if not decades. That means that students who are in schools today who need a solution to inequity in education actually don't benefit from these solutions. Kids today need a current solution and a current opportunity that would reduce opportunity gaps and promote equity in education, because otherwise they're left behind, even though these reforms do make amazing progress in schools. That's where summer camps come in. I personally, and through research, view summer camps as a powerful solution to inequity in education because of the way that they reduce opportunity gaps for kids. So, using my own experience and research, camps teach kids how to live and learn from others. They teach kids resilience, they reward achievements, not where you come from or who your family is. They also instill values like respect, cooperation, honesty, thoughtfulness, tolerance, friendliness, qualities that every citizen in the US and around the world strives to implement in their own lives and that people want to see in developing kids. Camps bring people together quite literally from all over the world to live with one another at sleepaway camps or to spend days together at day camps. And kids really get to come out of their shell and they get to experience a world that's different from their hometown. Camps are essentially the American dream in one experience. They're a melting pot where people come from all over the world to live together, to grow from one another, and to develop as people and excel. So here are some of the proven benefits of a camp experience. Researchers across the board have found that kids who attend summer camps always end up leaving with an increased sense of confidence, they gain independence, they develop a positive self-identity, improve their social skills, they also develop as leaders, they gain a sense of adventure and exploration, they develop positive values and good decision-making skills, and they make friends. These are just some benefits of a camp experience, but across the board, camps really teach kids to learn who they are, learn what matters to them, and camps provide a place for kids to take healthy risks, to learn and grow, and do this independently of their parents and their families and their hometowns. Kids can be who they are without the stain of their background on them, and they can really be whoever they want to be, and that's so powerful for kids, especially kids coming from low-income areas. Here's some more benefits of a camp experience from the American Camp Association. So over time, as campers attend camp and return home, they bring back different skills and you see different things arise. But it's important to note that immediately when kids come home from camp, They report that they have improved relationship skills, an appreciation for others' differences, emotional regulation, and responsibility. That's huge, especially for kids who aren't living in diverse areas. Appreciation for others' differences leads to an understanding of a diversity and a respect for others. Likewise, later on, they also still develop those relationship skills, further building on an appreciation for living in the moment, independence, more responsibility, and an appreciation for individual differences. So, as you can see, camps are transformational in how kids develop, and they are constantly correlated with positive growth and positive development. So, how summer camps address opportunity gaps in education? Camps address opportunity gaps because, as I said before, camps provide a space for kids to learn and grow with others. They live with people who are coming from different neighborhoods. No one comes to camp with some sort of advantage or some sort of upper hand. No one knows anyone when they get there. No one has any idea what things are going to happen or how things are going to go. So they all truly have to lean into each other and work as a team to live together and to get along. Camps also recognize individuals based on their character and their achievement, not their socioeconomic status. So camps make a really positive effort to reward individuals based on achievement, whether that be in an activity or when working through conflict or making new friends, doing things that take them out of their comfort zone. Camps individualize their programming to make sure that kids get positive reinforcement, and it's always based on achievement, merit, and character, not what they wear or who they know. Kids also learn life skills and try new things at camp. In my own personal experience, I learned how to horseback ride, how to sail, how to windsurf. I really learned to love how to swim. And these are all things that if I didn't go to camp, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do. Campers come from different backgrounds. And I really want to emphasize this because it's not just coming from every borough in New York City. It means coming from Spain or from England or from China or from Dubai and Saudi Arabia or from Chile. It means coming from all over the world and all over the US. Campers come from Maine, close to camp, or they come from California and Hawaii. They come from everywhere, and everyone's coming with different backgrounds and different life experiences and a different identity. And all of those things come together to create a camp family every summer, which is really powerful in teaching kids how to respect others and to celebrate diversity. More ways that camps reduce opportunity gaps is that children gain mentors and role models. Camp counselors are really important figures for campers, especially campers who are lacking role models and mentors at home, whether that be not having present parents or not having good relationships with teachers at school. They gain someone who they can look up to and admire and who they can follow in their footsteps. Campers also learn the power of community. Camps really stress community in terms of making friends across different ages and spending time with people of all different ages and backgrounds, and also showing that camps are stronger together. So camps oftentimes emphasize a theme of family or community just to show kids that it's really important to develop a wide social network that celebrates differences. Campers also learn to overcome challenges, and these experiences all come to life at school. I personally remember talking to parents who say that their kids' teachers always can identify kids who have gone to camp in a summer before because they come back to school being more confident, more articulate, and more willing to engage with school material, and they're more successful in school. So now that we've gone over all the benefits of camp, let's talk about financial inclusion and scholarship funds. Many accredited camps have scholarship funds and support low-income families, which means that campers who traditionally would not have been able to afford camp because they can be quite expensive can now go through scholarship funds. Also, camps provide a lot of activity materials like tennis rackets or horseback riding helmets for campers who need them, which means that if you can't traditionally afford to go out and buy a bathing suit or something important for a camp activity, camps will give that to kids because they never want finances to be a barrier to their success. Campers also typically wear uniforms, use camp-provided bedding, and they can't bring technology. So camp never becomes a competition of showing off your latest iPhone or your iPad, or bringing your really cool fancy bedding, or anything really superfluous like that. It's all about character development, and they try their best immediately to neutralize any impacts of finances and status. It's all about character and not about socioeconomic status. And camper scholarships. Using my personal camp, Camp Wawanock in Maine, they have annual fundraising for camper scholarships. Wawanock also partners with public and private schools across the country to find potential campers who could benefit from camp scholarships. Specifically, they partner with a lot of New York City organizations to connect with potential campers, two of them being the Lower East Side Girls Club and Prep for Prep. These are organizations that take kids from the low-income areas and put them into sort of gifted and talented programs to try and get them up and out and move them on the up and up in their educational experience to reduce opportunity gaps in education. In 2019, for example, Wawanuk gave $110,000 in scholarships to campers, which supported 13 campers, 3 of whom were first-time campers. They also had 342 donors. Another camp in upstate New York is called Project Maury. This camp was created specifically to close opportunity gaps in education. They currently support over 400 campers with year-round services. So during the academic year, they have academic support and mentoring, and in the summer, they have summer camp. 98% of kids who go to Camp Maury graduate from high school, and 85% pursue higher education, really proving how camps give campers the opportunity and the skills they need to succeed in school. So ultimately, research and my personal experiences show how camps are a solution to inequity in education. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation, and if you have any questions about this, please feel free to email me.